Let's now get you our exclusive news break. CNN News 18 has accessed official Karnataka government advertising files that raise serious concerns about political patronage using taxpayers' money. Now, why are we saying that? There are certain documents that are going on to reveal that the Congress-run Karnataka government has poured crores of rupees into advertising for guess which newspaper? It's the National Herald, a publication with negligible circulation in the state of Karnataka and limited readership even in the national capital. So here's what we have found out. Let's take a look at all of the details that we are tracking for our viewers as far as this exclusive scoop is concerned. Let's talk about the ad spend shocker, the figure that we are talking about, the money that is riding on the National Herald. It tops Karnataka's national newspaper ad spend even. And remember, National Herald is not a national newspaper. The kind of readership that we see in the state of Karnataka or in the national capital is very negligible. The outspend is, it in fact goes ahead and outspends all the established national dailies for 2 consecutive financial years. It's not just this current financial year that we are talking about, or 2024-25 that we are talking about. The last time around as well, we've seen such kind of an outrageous spending that was reserved for ads for the National Herald. Ad bonanza despite minimal readership footprint, and we've been underlining this fact in a lot of ways, that despite the fact that the readership is not as much, the kind of ads that the National Herald has seen is too much. My colleague Harish Upadhyay is tracking all the developments, this exclusive news break that we have for our viewers. Any answers, responses from the Karnataka government under Siddaramaiah, Harish?
Well, Gruha, not so far, but problematic aspects in how the Karnataka government has gone about spending humongous amount of money, giving it to National Herald, a paper that has no presence in Karnataka, barely any readership even in Delhi. And you look at the kind of figures that are coming out. If you in fact look at the financial year 2024-2025, Gruha, I have the documents with me. Perhaps they are the biggest beneficiaries when you look at the kind of money the Karnataka government has spent. In fact, in the year 24-25, National Herald has got 69% of the overall ad expenditure by Karnataka government, especially under the category of national newspapers. If I look at the rest of the data, and even there, perhaps they are the biggest beneficiary, even if you look at the kind of ad money that has been spent compared to both the national level newspapers and regional newspapers as well. And this is at a time when we have seen the state government not spending enough on several social security measures, on infrastructure in Bengaluru. That did not stop them from going ahead and spending this kind of a money. Remember, this happened at a time when there was already an ongoing investigation by the Enforcement Directorate in the last couple of years into Enforcement Directorate. The Delhi police in fact have issued a notice to DK Shivkumar and his brother for giving money to National Herald. That is their personal wealth. That's something that we can't question. But this is public money. And this is now raising serious questions on whether the taxpayers' money in Karnataka is being used for political patronage. It's being used to route money to the Congress High Command. That's what the BJP will now come out and say, that this is taxpayers' money being misused. Let's also not forget the kind of play that has been done here in as far as the nomenclature is concerned. Anybody would know that National Herald doesn't have sufficient readership. They perhaps have moved online. How is it that they are classified under national level newspaper here by the Karnataka government while giving out ads and spend humongous amount of money? They have absolutely no presence. Why is Karnataka government spending money on a newspaper that perhaps has some bit of a established reading in Delhi? Even that we are not sure. But why is Karnataka government spending money or ads in Delhi? These are serious questions being raised, and this at a time when we've seen Karnataka government not giving enough for people of Bengaluru for infrastructure.
Absolutely.
Siddaramaiah's own MLAs have been complaining that they haven't got enough area development funds.
Right, Harish, and we are constantly highlighting on as to why the National Herald newspaper has got that sweetest cut so far, because out of the 1.42 crore that has been reserved for all the newspapers, 99 lakh alone was given to the National Herald. Pallavi, anything that the Congress is saying about this?
Well, nothing at all. In fact, they've been pretty touchy whenever the National Herald issue is raised. All that they say is that this is a case of political witch hunt and no money has been siphoned off from the Gandhis. It's a kind of an NGO. It's a paper which is also based on the ideas of Jawaharlal Nehru. But this big story which Harish, of course, is getting for us is going to make it very, very difficult then for either the Karnataka government and also the central leadership to kind of explain. Because, everything is micromanaged by the Congress party right over here from the center. This decision couldn't have happened without the central leadership being there in the loop, because the fact is that the National Herald board consists of the Gandhis and all the top leaders of the Congress party, K.C. Venugopal, then there's Mallikarjun Kharge and all of them. We also hear of similar kind of allegations which are supposed to have been made against the Himachal government as well. Whenever you give out funding to any newspaper for that matter, it is done on the basis of readership, on the basis of viewership, how much of connect it has with the people, and more importantly to ensure that there is communication or translation of the work being done by the government. Over here, as Harish was rightly pointing out, National Herald doesn't even tick the right boxes. So what is the reason why it has been given so much of money, even over, say, what was accrued to the Hindustan Times? The reason is very simple. The money is obviously not going to be limited only to Karnataka. The beneficiaries are likely to be there at the central level. Who are the beneficiaries? I think it's going to make the calling even more difficult for the Gandhis, particularly as far as the National Herald case in court is concerned.
Right, absolutely. Do stay on with us, Pallavi. We have our other colleagues also joining us. We have Haim joining me right here in the CNN News 18 studios. Haim, if we take a look at the kind of transactions that we are highlighting for our viewers and this amount, this humongous amount that we are talking about that has been let alone reserved for the National Herald, what have you found out through the documents?
Now, Griya, it's pretty straightforward if we were just to look at the papers that I have and the documents that we have accessed here. Now, this is the year 2023 to 2024, that's 24 to 25. Now, this here that is marked is the National Herald. If you were to look at the share that it's gotten, it's the highest in 2023 to 24 as well, but there are other allocations here as well. So that's not really where the issue arises. If we were to look at the share when it comes to the year 24 to 25, that's really where the issue comes, and this is the National Herald. Sorry, pardon me, I believe I mentioned this one earlier. This is the one that we are talking about here, the one that has been marked. This is the share of the National Herald in the year 23 to 24. This is the share that they've gotten. This is the total spend. Let me also show to our viewers. This is the total spend that we're looking at for the year 24 to 25. It's 1.42 crores as you mentioned earlier as well. And here you can see 1.9 crore to the National Herald here, as well as in the year 24 to 25. You can see all the other zeros in this list as well. Here, 99 lakh rupees for the National Herald. So that's really where the discrepancies and the questions are arising. So these are the details that we've accessed. This is the one that we really need to be focusing on right now. And if we were to just look at the year 24 to 25, that's where the issue arises. And this is the total spend that we're looking at, and a huge share of that goes to the National Herald, which is about 99 lakh rupees, and it's 1.90 crore to National Herald in 2023 to 24, about 99 lakh over that, in fact, to National Herald in the consecutive year as well. So that's the allocation of money that we're looking at here, Griha.